How the Boxathon started out, we did our first one for Carney's Community, which is like
Yes.
a youth centre centered around boxing. They help people, mentor them through boxing, and we had great success with that. Spin forward a year, we thought we're going to do it even bigger and even better.
I am Michael Adebiyi. I am the president for the club, and my signature move would be double jab.
I'm Kieran, I'm a coach at the club. My signature move, a little bit different, is spinning people, maneuvering them, and then letting my shots off.
I'm not gonna lie, it's very, very taxing, but it depends how long you want to stay. We're doing this for fun in the day. We're doing this for fun. Other than like me, Kieran, the Moods, a few other people who are going to be staying from the beginning to the end. You stay for as long until the fun is over and you want to go home. And then even then you could go and then come back in the evening or come back in the afternoon or whenever time it is really. So if no one's forced to stay here for as long as possible, or just come and enjoy yourself, get a good burnout, go home and and come back if you want.
It's good fun. Like, as much as it's tiring, like I can't speak on Michael personally, but I'm sure it was one of your highlights of the year within boxing.
It was actually, yeah.
Like, for me as well, I would say this and also the box tournament, the university boxing tournament. Those are my top two
These two.
highlights throughout the whole year of boxing and coaching. Yeah. So it's long, but it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree. Quite obvious, as a lot of people say, endurance is a key factor of my boxing. I train 2 to 3 times every day, 6 days a week. A lot of them will involve a lot of cardio sessions. I'm a lot more smaller than a lot of people I box, so I guess I have to work a lot more harder and have a bigger work rate than other people. A lot of hit, a lot of running. It's a very endurance sport. If you just want to do it recreationally or just looking for your first bout, you don't necessarily have to train that hard, but we always encourage everyone to train as super hard as possible, and I'm very happy people think I have the best stamina. Yeah, that's a good. Oh man, when I first started out, I was literally over 125 kg, literally punching a bag for more than 30 seconds would kill me. Just a matter of I guess a little element of masochism involved inside of it, just punishing yourself over and over and over again. But eventually, after a few weeks and months pass, you notice, there's a bit of a difference now when I hit the bag. I'm not as tired as soon as I used to be, or a little bit of the flab has gone above my body a little bit, and you get a little bit of a high off that progress. You keep working and working and working and working, and that's why I'm still working now.
I was always pretty small, very skinny. I still am very skinny, but I never thought that I was someone that could box. I thought you have to be, some insanely big guy. But no, really, boxing's for people of all shapes and sizes. Michael's got a strong, stocky build. I got a very tall, lanky build, but it works out regardless.
Yeah, we both box regardless. Yeah. It's so corny, but generally the idea that I haven't achieved anything yet keeps me going. You win a bout and you train so hard for it, and after you win you feel this is not enough in a sense. I want to win more now. This makes sense. And there's that element of always chasing more and more and more and making the achievement bigger once you've achieved something, and make another achievement bigger. Same thing with box, for instance. I had the silver medal first year. Then next year I won the gold. Now this year hoping to do the same thing again. Then it just feels like last year wasn't really that much of an accomplishment. It's this is the one, it's accomplishment. And I'm sure I'm going to do the same thing with every other tournament that comes. This is it. Same thing I imagine with Kieran. It's always chasing that bigger goal. I need to build this with my coaching clients. Actually, he's best to speak about it even better than I do, rather than say to him.
Yeah, from the coaching perspective, what motivates me is why I started out and the benefits that I gained from boxing. I started out because I wanted the sport to help transform my confidence, my physical health, my mental health, and all of that. And I was able to achieve that. I'm still on my journey, but I've come a long way. I see people in the same position as me, people who step through our doors, not knowing if it's the sport for them, but wanting to kind of build up, whether it be physical, mental health. And that motivates me because I know that if I did it, maybe I can help them do it. And that's something I think all of the coaches, Michael coaches as well, I think all of our coaches are pretty big on helping people on their journey as well.
100%.
Your first time boxing?
Yes. Yep.
How do you find it? Do you enjoy it?
It was really fun. It was so fun. Definitely come again.
Why did you guys come to the Boxathon in the first place?
In support of our society, Hindu Sock, and also the children's mental health cause.
As I said, a lot of people step through these doors with the aim of improving their mental health, their self-esteem, their confidence, and even people who don't walk through the doors with that intention, it's a really positive side effect that basically anyone who boxes has. So we thought, like, you know, this links to what we're doing.
Yeah.
With this charity in particular, they work with school children. They not only help school children who are in need of mental health services, they also teach school children how to open up and speak about their problems. So it's innately preventative, and we really like that.
Especially considering a lot of people always think of boxing, which it is innately a sport, but when you have a boxing gym, so many times people overlook how much it could be like a community center in a way for the people. Like a lot of the classes here, most of the classes here aren't even for amateur boxers. They're for people who are elderly, who are coming in, having a good workout session, who are body sparring. They also have classes for all women. They've got power boxing sessions. There's so much running through these gyms, and so much, even in the morning, we help out and volunteer with the primary school children that come along, which these services will be assisting. They come along, they use their PE sessions as an hour class here, and they box. And so many of them, as you're helping them volunteer and you're talking to them, they're like, there's so much like deeper struggles that you don't even recognize. But from being in the boxing gym, from getting to know people one-on-one, like you do recognize sort of stuff. And things like this, things like Place to Be are so key in order to like helping the young children's mental health in the community. Really.
So, the first thing we need to get right is the boxing stance. It's the most basic thing. The front foot is tilted to 1 o'clock, just a tiny bit. The most important rule in boxing, in the stance, is you want to have like one line between them. So, if I now go, so for example, yeah, you're good. You're a tiny bit tight, you want to open up more.
My name is Ailina. I'm women's captain this year, but I've been in the club for like 2 years already. I was there when he was pressed, and my signature move is gonna be jab and jab to the body, or jab slip.
Hello, my name's Charles. I was the president a couple of years ago. My role is I coach sometimes at the club, and my signature move is I'm probably the earliest to training. Yeah.
I would start saying that KCL Boxing really makes an effort to bring together girls and boys, like by having a women's captain, having only women's session. They do a really big job on that other clubs don't. What would you say?
I definitely agree. I think when the club first started, or restarted after COVID, there were only probably a handful of female members, and actually a lot of them were in the committee, but the goal in, I think it's 2022-23, was that we were hoping to at least double number of female members.
That happened.
So we managed to grow the club from about 50 people to 100 plus people. It went from single digit number of female members to a third of the club being female members. I think that's a big success.
No wonder people call you the godfather of the amateur boxing club. What do you have to say to that title?
It just means I'm old.
I don't think that's the point, Charles.
Yeah. But no, I've never heard that, but I'm very appreciative. I don't think I live up to the title. I had a lot of help, and many of who are still in the club. I think the one of the things that make me happiest about the club is that there's a pathway for people who come from first year and then second year compete or be in the committee, and then have a long line of lineage, which is I think probably what sets us apart from other universities. We're very lucky in the sense that we have that.
Like, it's a really close community. For example, when I signed up, I was just here to train, and then eventually I competed, and then I'm on committee, and like it just became a whole thing because of how like they took me in from the beginning. So yeah.
I realised that I was never going to compete. So for me, the happiest moment, or the proudest achievement in boxing was that I could contribute somehow. So to be able to help the club grow and to see it go to the heights it's reached now, it is something that probably brings me the most joy.
Going from the person who had no idea what she was doing to actually being able to advise other people. So like, as the women's captain, having to like lead the sessions and teach other girls like how to do their best, how to position themselves, like all the basics. I love that I got to that point where like I skipped the line kind of.
I think at the core, amateur boxing clubs means that it's first of all licensed and also affiliated with the governing body, which we are with England Boxing and regionally with London Boxing. That's the first and foremost, because that means that you must have qualified coaches. You can only spar in supervised settings.
A certain level, right?
Yeah, it means that you give a platform for people to train and grow in a controlled setting and a safe setting, and then to go and compete. So I think that's the core of amateur boxing, and that's what we should aim to do.
I would add keep going with the events, because usually it was a very like focused only on actual sport. Now we've like promote new things, like we've promoted like new sessions, like the Boxathon happened. What was it? Last year was the first time.
Last year was the first one. Yeah.
And now we're like continuing these like events where we bring in new people. We have a Leslie shelters like for like girls who want to like box because they've gone through some certain trauma. So it's like to reduce the gender disparity.
I think that the core principle of the club is that it's welcoming to all levels, regardless of whether they've never picked up a pair of boxing gloves or if they've competed nationally or whatever.
Exactly.
So to have a variety of sessions that suit their needs, but also beyond training, have fundraisers like this, or have things like the Boat Party a couple of years ago, or socials to bring the group together. It is the community that we hope to build.
Exactly.
This one.
That's a P. There's a B in it.
This is a B.
It's meant to be in that.
Okay. You have to turn your hand a little out more, yeah? Yeah, that's brilliant, that's brilliant.